Everybody. Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. It is Monday evening, as usual, on February, I guess, the 11th, 2019. So, welcome. If you have never been here before, please subscribe. I'm on YouTube and Facebook, Brandy Joy TV, and I give you a free reading every week. So, I'm a tarot reader, been a professional tarot reader for a very long time, and reading for 20 years. And if you'd like to learn from me, I also teach. In fact, it is Valentine's week, so I have a Lightworkers Love special this Wednesday night. I was going to try to do 2 webinars this week, but because I was having so many problems with my system, with the technology, I'm just not that tech savvy. I ended up having to only host one, and that webinar, our live webinar, will be this Wednesday on February 13th at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I did just post I just posted the link. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description. And if you're on Facebook, I posted it in a post on my page at Brandy Joy TV. So you can join there. And I also sent everybody an email today that's on my email list. So if you're on the email list, then you got an email about the webinar. And so it'll be a good hour or so of us. I'm going to be talking about soulmates and about how to manifest the right soulmate in your life. So it'll be really interesting, a lot of fun, and hopefully you'll join us. So if you have any questions about it, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. You can always email me at brandy@brandyjoy.com, or you can message me on social media. That's cool too. I love hearing from you all. So I'm just shuffling up the cards for all of you. Are you ready? Did you pick A, B, or C yet? If you haven't, please pick A, B, or C. Oh, your birthday is Wednesday. Cool. Well, happy birthday to you. So you might notice my eyes are a little puffy tonight. So I was totally making like cultured vegetables tonight. It's like kimchi, right? And so I put a bunch of ginger, I have chili peppers, garlic all in it, right? And I'm using my hands to like mix it up. And then I proceeded to, I washed off my hands, but obviously the stuff was still in my, the like hot stuff was still in my hands because I got in the shower earlier and I was rubbing my eyes and I was like, oh, now they're burned. So my eyes are all red and I was putting eye drops in them and they're still kind of burning. So if I look like maybe my eyes are red or puffy or anything, that's why. I totally stuck garlic and ginger and chili peppers into my eyes in a way. I do things like that sometimes. But the cultured vegetables will be really good, so I'm excited about that. In about 3 or 4 days, I guess. So hello. You're getting married this week. Oh my, well, congratulations. That's wonderful. That's a lot of fun. Okay, well, whether you're in a relationship or you're single, please join me Wednesday night for the webinar because that will be for both. It will be for whether you're trying to attract the right one or if you're dealing with a soulmate and you want a little advice, or maybe you're in the wrong relationship and they're not really a soulmate and you're kind of forcing it. So we're going to talk all about love and spirituality on Wednesday night, so it'll be a good conversation for anyone interested in relationship stuff and what a healthy relationship is and how to make it happen. So relationships are tough, and they're my specialty. My background is psychology, so we're going to talk about shadow work and all that good stuff. Yep. Ready? A, B, or C? A, B, or C. Okay. A, you got the 7 of Cups. Okay, that's interesting. And you've got the 5 of Wands. All right. And finally, your last advice card is the Knight of Swords. Okay, so we'll read these in a few moments. Let's pick for our B's. Those are right here. And we've got the Moon card. Whoa, B's. Woo, these are some crazy cards this week. I know I've had a frustrating week with all the technology. I've been working day and night, you guys. I have been working so much. So it's been frustrating, but I've been dealing with it okay because I do all my spiritual work, and I've got a good Capricorn rising and moon, so it keeps my head on my shoulders. All right, let's see. Oh, Four of Swords for our bees, and finally we have the Four of Pentacles. So interesting, my bees, you have some stuff going on with the number 4. Woo, okay. And now for our C's. Okay. Oh my goodness, Five of Swords. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Man, I guess I'm not the only one having a frustrating week. Woo! My day was a little better today, but man, y'all are having some stuff going on. What is up? All right, C's. Well, you got the World C. All right. And then finally, we have the Chariot. Okay. So let's read these cards. Are y'all ready? Pick A, B, or C if you just jumped in. All right, you ready? Okay, so the A's, you got the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is illusion. It's illusion and delusions. It's also daydreams. So this card this week for you is that, it's like you're thinking about things a lot, but you're not really grounded. Okay, so if you chose A, your mind is up in the air, you're up in the air, you're a little ungrounded probably, and you're thinking about things too much, and you're even seeing things maybe not for how they really are. You're not very grounded this week. So it's like you're just kind of scattered all over the place and looking at options and just very much in your head, very much in the mental energy this week if you chose A. Just very much in your head, very much about what should I do? Is this right? There's a lot of questioning, a lot of delusional stuff going on too for some of you. And that would mean that maybe you're thinking something is going to happen, but you're not being very intuitive or grounded about it. So it's not very realistic. So you're not being grounded or realistic this week if you chose A. Okay. Sorry, I'm squinting a lot. My eyes are burning. Okay. So if you chose A, right, we've got the cups that are about you kind of just being up in the air, daydreaming and thinking way too much, Okay, so your advice cards, if you chose A, we have the Five of Wands, all right? So the Five of Wands is a card of tension. This is a card of stress. So your fight or flight system is a little bit up. Your cortisol levels and stress hormones, right, are a little bit up. And you're just not grounded. Like I said, I'm just not seeing a groundedness about you if you chose A. There's just tension in the air. You're not doing your spiritual work the way that you should be. You're not, really just grounding down. So if you're not getting out into maybe the sun a little bit, or eating right, or even meditating and doing that kind of thing, yoga, that kind of stuff, you really need to be if you chose A, because you're just all over the place right now. You're way too much in the mental energy, way too much stress, way too much tension going on, and it's causing issues for you relationally, right? So it's causing some tension with other people because they feel that tension off of you. They feel that energy, and it'll even attract other people that feel that way, right? And that's no fun, because then there's like two of you already aggravated, and then you get around each other and it's just like worse, right? Happy Monday. Okay. And then so the tension for five of Wands, it's saying you're not really grounding yourself. And the Knight of Swords also came up. So the Knight of Swords is like mental energy again. It's just like thinking too fast, moving too fast, not grounding yourself. Again, that's just what I keep getting from my A's. And so if you need to ground yourself, please, by all means, do some meditation, do some tantra, do something that grounds you, do some yoga, eat good this week. Stop eating the caffeine and the sugar and the wine, and stop trying to de-stress through those kinds of means, and de-stress through meditation work, through toning and breath work, and through yoga and eating really healthy, right? So drink a lot of water, do things that are more grounding for you. So, maybe even do some Qigong and some energy healing work, something like that, because you're just way up in that energy, and you just need to come down. So if you chose A, you need to come back down to earth, get back down, and grab your feet and pull you back down. So if you're not in the membership, you might want to jump in and do some of those meditative practices and chakra clearing work and Qigong that we're doing in there, because you need to do it. You definitely need to do it if you chose A. Oh man. So let's see. I'm going to do that pop-out chat again on, where is it? Live chat. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Okay. So Charlene's telling me, when you're finished with your readings, wash your hands with salt and we'll cut the spices. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get some salt. Talk about grounding. Salt is great for grounding yourself. If you're trying to ground down, salt is wonderful for that. But you don't want to eat a bunch of salt, because then that just makes your energy too contracted. And then you want to expand, so you want to eat a bunch of sugar. So I'm not saying eat salt, but like going to the beach, or maybe putting some of the natural salts into a bath are really good for grounding and stuff. So speaking of salt, is a great way to ground. So thanks, Charlene. I really appreciate that. I am definitely going to try that because my eyes burn. Okay, so if you chose B, we have the Moon card. Okay, and the Moon card is a card of betrayal. It's a card of the shadows. So you could be betraying yourself by maybe allowing yourself to be triggered by other people and your shadows to come out, right? It could be that you're being betrayed by someone else, but this is likely your own, is what I'm getting, okay? Sometimes I get things about other people for you guys, but right now I'm really getting that these shadows are just being triggered by other people within you. And so the Moon card is, you can see the little creatures coming out of the water, and the water symbolizes like the depths of the unconscious. And so these creatures are coming up out of the depths of the unconscious, and you can see they're going towards an eclipse, right? They're going down the path towards an eclipse, which is transformation, crisis, and change that's karmically registered to do so. Okay, so your shadows are coming out, and they're wanting you to change and go through a transformation, right? So this week you're being very triggered. The shadows are being triggered because it's time for you to clear them. It's time for you to work with them. So if you chose B, again, this is like a time of the shadows just kind of letting you know, hey, this is going on and you probably need to work on it. And one of the things with this, though, is a lot of times we get really angry, even with ourselves. It's like, oh, well, if I'm manifesting these issues, right, and I'm having these shadows and I'm having, all this bad stuff happen or whatever, then it must be my fault and I deserve it, right? That's not true. You can get into anger mode with this stuff, and you can get really just fed up with life and angry at it, but that doesn't make your life any better, right? So you really have to think about, do I want to have a better life? If I do, I need to work on these shadows, right? I need to work on the internal triggers that are within me that other people are triggering, because they're like mirrors. Other people are like mirrors for you, unfortunately. And if they aggravate you or they trigger you or your shadows, then that means there's something going on with you that you could use a little healing. Hey, maybe they're an ass, but that doesn't matter. What matters is it triggered you and you weren't able to just blow by it because it's triggering something within you that needs some healing and work, right? That's what's so aggravating about it. But don't blame yourself. Everybody, you wouldn't be here now if you didn't have issues, right? We all have issues. It's part of our own spiritual development. It's part of our soul life. It's why we're here. If you're in the physical world, if you're on earth, and hey, you came here to learn and to grow and experience and all this stuff. And if you're not a monk and you're listening to my broadcast, you're probably a light worker, and you probably have issues just like the rest of us. You probably had a really hard life. You probably have really hard relationships, a lot of karmic stuff going on. Put you on the fast track so then you can help other people, right? So you're dealing with shadow stuff. Okay. All right. So, if you chose B, you have the moon cord. And what we've got here is the Four of Swords and the Four of Pentacles for your advice this week. All right. So if you chose B, let's talk about these two cards for you. First of all, the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of reflection and meditation. I'm telling you, y'all get these same cards all the time. It's ridiculous. And it's because so many of you need to hear certain things about this. And, it's like me back in the day when I used to go to psychics and say, what the hell's wrong with me? Like many, many years ago, I was just like, I was depressed and I was, what is wrong with me? I'm not intuitive. I don't know what's wrong with my life and all this bad stuff is happening. And they're just like, well, you're clairaudient and you're supposed to be talking to spirit and you're not listening. And I was like, what? How do you listen? I don't know. They're like, they keep saying meditation. And I'm just like, what the hell? I'm not going to sit there and just be quiet and listen to my thoughts. That's not meditation. I finally realized when, happenstance, things happened to me. And I was like, oh, I just didn't understand what meditation was. So that's where you're going wrong. If you're not meditating, it's probably because you're probably where I was, right? You're thinking meditation is where you just try to quiet your mind. That's not what meditation is. Meditation is really about getting your brain waves down so that you can hear, you can still, right? You want to still the mind. And that's what he's doing here, right? Because he just got back from the battle and he's laying on a coffin symbolizing death and transformation. And he is going inside internally and really clearing and reflecting on the things that have happened so he knows what to do now as he moves forward. So this is about you reflecting on those shadows and then, moving forward with more discipline and groundedness and security. This card right here, the Four of Pentacles, I'm sure you can probably see that, right? Four of Pentacles, I'll put that up there for y'all. The Four of Pentacles is about groundedness. It's about same as A's, right? A's were like, yeah, you need to ground, right? B's, you need to ground too, but in a little bit different way. You have a lot of shadows being triggered. So you need to really do some good low chakra type meditation work and some really good, just like, some really good like physical stuff like yoga, do some yoga, do something physical, because you need to get that energy out. Your shadows are being triggered, and that means you're operating at a low vibe right now. Even if you don't want to and you're trying not to, you're being triggered. Therefore, your vibration is lower, right? So you want to get that vibration up. You want to work on your low chakras. Okay, so you want to do some meditation. You want to really work on your shadow work. So if you're not doing shadow work, definitely look into it. We have it in the Vibe membership. If you want to check out those videos, I'll be talking about them a little bit tomorrow night or Wednesday night, sorry, on the webinar that I'm going to do. So let's look at C's. You ready? Oh, thank you, Liz. Daily practice. Awesome. Hello, everybody. Okay, so let's take a look at C's. You ready? If you're just jumping in on the live show, I'm on letter C, I should say. I was going to say number C, but I'm on letter C. So let's take a look at C. So if you are C, you have the Five of Swords this week. And the Five of Swords is a card of loss. And so if you look at this guy, he's like looking back at these other two, right? He's looking back at these other two. And, you have 5 swords. And 5 is a number of change. It's a number of change, but not in an easy way. Change isn't very easy, right? And this one it's a little bit of a heavy card because you can see that there's like defeat. He has 3 swords, and then the 2 are on the ground, and these 2 guys just, they don't look happy, right? So he defeated them. And so this is like a week of defeat for you. So if you chose C, you're feeling a little defeated. Probably you're feeling a little bit of like a loss. And, things are just kind of bugging you, right? And it could be that something happened, or it could be that you're just not feeling right or well about some things. Okay, so if we chose C, then there's definitely some stuff going on, and that's a mental card. It's just about your perceptions and your mental body and stuff like that, right? And then we have, for C's, we have the World card, and we actually have 2 major arcana cards if you chose C. So this is interesting. And what it's showing is that, even though you're going through these things this week, with this loss and just feeling of like defeat and everything this week, it looks like things are going to be okay for you. It's telling you that you really need to, you just need to come back into yourself. So you already have the ability to make good decisions and to really just balance yourself. You have that ability if you chose C, and you have the card of victory, right? She's dancing lightly, and you can see that this card symbolizes change. The only thing constant in life is change. That's what I always think of when I see this card. But it's not in a negative light. It's like the changes need to happen. And you have the discipline to make it happen in a balanced way. So if you chose C, it's saying that you've got this under control, but you just have to actually do what you already know. Okay, so do what you already know if you chose C. Do what you know works for you about this issue that you're having this week, this defeat. I don't know if you're having it yet or if it's about to happen where you're going to feel a little defeated, a little bit of a loss, a little bit of like maybe even looking down on yourself, right? Maybe you're just not happy with the way that you've been doing things or certain decisions you've been making or have made. But I'm seeing that you already know what to do if you chose C. It's just that, you're not really, maybe you're either not doing it or you are doing it, but you're going to have some defeat this week. But you just got to keep doing your work, okay? So if you chose C, it's a little different for you for sure. Okay, so that was your reading for the week. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope to see you all in the live webinar about relationships on Wednesday night. And remember, it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or you're single, because I'll be talking to you about both things. So it will be a Valentine's Week special. So I hope you'll join me. And the registration is in the description on YouTube, and the registration on Facebook is in a post. And I also sent out an email, and I'll be doing some more posts this week and stuff. So I'll probably, you can go live and announce it again tomorrow or something to remind you all. So I hope to see you there, and have a wonderful rest of your week. And for those of you in the Vibe membership, we're working on the heart chakra this week. So we will be going live on this weekend. I'm thinking Sunday at noon for the Vibe membership. So, all right, everybody. I'll see you on Wednesday, right? Okay, bye for now.